Are you guys ready? Because it's Graydles slime. Time. It's time. It's Graydle time. Graydle time, not Graydle slime. Anyway, guys, what is up? This is Flash Stack. Welcome back to another episode of Dueling Network, episode 20. It's episode 20. Now, if you couldn't tell by now, by seeing that horrible intro, we're doing Graydles, which are a series of aqua-type water monsters whose primary focus is, after being destroyed by battle or by certain kinds of card effects and being sent to the graveyard, you can equip them to your opponent's monsters and take control. So yeah, I think it's about time we get started. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be dueling Eroy the Man 5. Let's just hope this guy isn't like the last one. I'm sorry, I cut out the last duel because the guy obviously didn't know what he was doing. And he's like, ooh, Graydle Impact's effect only activates during the end phase. That's the other effect. I want to destroy your card. I already destroyed my monster. Okay, so we'll activate Supply Squad, set 2 cards face down, set Mother Grizzly, and our turn. That 100-0 always gets me, because I don't know if they're somebody who doesn't duel in single and they're just 100-0 in that and they're actually really experienced. I don't know if they're only 100-0 because they started a new account and they're really experienced, or if they're new and really good, or if they're new and just don't know how the game works. 3 out of 4, it's probably going to be somebody who knows what they're doing. But that 25% chance, no, I don't like it at all. Elemental Hero, Shadow Mist. Okay, we're going up against a Masked Hero deck. I had my suspicions the minute I saw the emergency call. Good thing I have my skill drain. So they can't summon another one. Their plan was to special summon Shadow Mist and then get to add a quick play spell. But no. They cannot. Can't special summon. Oh no, not another one. Okay, now we're going to be dueling, I don't know how to pronounce that, Light Slayer? Seems good enough. Cards of Consonants. It's always... Whenever I see cards of consonants, it gives me hope that this person knows what they're doing. Ooh. Okay then. Graydle Alligator. And Torrential Reborn. I didn't want to get rid of my other Graydle monster because I had no guarantee I'd get another one, and having only one and a Mother Grizzly is not good enough for me. Well, my original plan went out the window, but I'm fine with that. Okay, so let's see what our plan is this time. Obviously Aquarium set, because I'll boost the attack of all Aqua-type monsters I have, which is the main type of this deck. I do have a As you can see, Muzzler Grizzly, which is a Beast Warrior, and I do have Steam Synchron, which is a machine, but all other monsters in this deck are Aqua, I think. There's one more I'm not sure of. It might be Aqua, it might be Warrior. It might be Sea Serpent, I don't know. Because I literally put this deck together not too long ago. Try what? Too bad all three of them are tuners. Now, if they happen to have a God card, that'd be a different story. But with this kind of deck, I find that highly unlikely. Them strategy flaws. Soggy the Dark Clown. Now they could possibly get to a they could get to a level 8 with this by first getting a level 5 and then going to 7 or 6 and then going to 8 through that. Oh no. Well, they can't synchro summon anything else, so I'll take that as good news. Unless they use Hyper Librarian as a synchro material. But unless they do that, it's not gonna. Silent Doom. Of course. Now they can summon another Hyper Librarian. Or Catastor. They can do that too. Now they get to draw a card. All they need is another level 1 monster. This point, set, activate, set, end. And hope they don't draw a level 1 non-tuner monster. Because they're definitely running a Quasar deck. There's no way they're not. Now, the good thing about Graydle Eagle is, if they attack it with one of the other monsters, then if they attack it with TG Hyper Librarian or any other monster other than Catastor, then I could take control of one monster. Oh, here it is. I was going to say if they attacked with Catastor, its effect would be the thing that destroyed Eagle, which would allow me to take control of that. Oh, this is not good. I already know what they're going to do. My only hope is that I get to draw a Graydle Slime. That's my only hope. Because at this point, nothing else will work. Here comes the Synchro. And that's game for me. Oh no, it isn't. Yep, I'm done. They're going for a double assault here. I believe they're also trying to go for an Exodia on top of it. Oh, I can't take any damage. Yay! Okay. So, what I can do here... I got the effect mixed up. So once per turn it can negate a card or effect. That, however, does not mean that it can... While it can negate an effect, that doesn't mean that they can they can still be targeted, is what I'm trying to say. So I still have a chance here. I could even take control of shooting Quasar if I wanted. And they're cutting their life points by doing all this. So they're going to summon Formula Synchron. They get to draw 2 cards. My question is, how are they going to pull this off? Up, all 4 back to the top of your deck. And shuffle. I have a hope here. Let's just hope I can do this correctly. So I'll normal summon Graydle Cobra. And flip summon Graydle Eagle. Activate Graydle Split. Oh, I've got this in the bag. And here it is, folks. My win. So I'll attack. Of course, I'll take 2200. Oh, yeah. So that's even better. So to the grave. Use this effect to equip to Shooting Quasar Dragon. I had this in the bag. When my turn came and they hadn't destroyed my monster, I won. And that's game. Yes! Oh, that's the best thing. Death by Stolen Quasar. Anyway, time to go over the deck list. Okay, so here's the main deck. So, I have 2 copies of Armed Sea Hunter. After damage calculation, if this card battles an affected monster, negate the effects of that monster, including in the grave. So, basically, this thing is meant to work against decks like Yang Zing or even Cosmo to some extent. You must control another face-up water monster to activate and resolve this effect. If this card would be destroyed, you can destroy one face-up level 3 or lower water monster you control instead. So basically, any other monster in this deck other than Graydles Slime or Mother Grizzly. So yeah, and if you use it with Graydle Eagle, you can take Graydle Eagle, and since it was destroyed by a card effect, you can equip it to a monster your opponent controls and take control. So yeah, a lot of these effects rebound to the effects of the Graydle monsters. So it's a thing you want to notice and keep in mind when you use this deck. Force Resonator, you can send this face-up card you control to the graveyard, then target one face-up monster you control. If it attacks this turn, your opponent can activate cards or effects until that target a monster or monsters until the end of the damage step. So this isn't really an important effect. It is a useful one, but the main reason why I keep Force Resonator in here is as a tuner monster, because other than Graydle Slime, we don't have many. 3 Graydle Alligator. When it's destroyed by when this card in your monster zone is destroyed by battle or spell effect and sent to your graveyard, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Equip this card to that target while this monster is equipped to while this card is equipped to a monster by this target. Take control of that monster. When this card leaves the field, destroy the equipped monster. So this is basically the same effect as Cobra and Eagle. The only difference being Cobra is if it's destroyed by battle or trap effect, and Eagle if it's destroyed by battle or a monster effect. So yeah, those are the only differences. Other than that, their effects are the same, but they all have stat totals that add up to 2,000. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. Graydle Slime. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target 2 Graydle cards you control, destroy them, and if you do special summon this card, you can only use this effect of Graydle Slime once per turn. When summoned this way, you can target 1 Graydle monster in your graveyard, special summon that target in defense position. So you can special summon this card by destroying any Graydle cards, so that could be a monster, a spell, or one of the traps. Well, another good thing about this is, again, if you destroy Eagle, then you can use its effect to equip it and take control of a monster your opponent controls, as well as special summon another Graydle monster from your grave in order to get ready for a level 8 synchro, preferably the dragon. Mother Grizzly. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 water monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck in face-up attack position. So that is basically every single monster in this deck except Armed Sea Hunter. Yeah, you can even summon another Mother Grizzly. Steam Synchron. During your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolve synchro summon using this card you control. So you can immediately during your opponent's turn synchro summon a monster using monsters you control. Whether that be 2 Graydle monsters in this for a level 9 Trishula, which effect could be used rather nicely during your opponent's turn. So if they set a monster or set a card, you can immediately get rid of it before they can do anything with it, because this is a quick effect. And also you can synchro summon for a lower level monster. So the possibilities are pretty much endless. Aquarium Set. All water monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. We don't care about the Aqua Actress related effect because we don't use that. If this card is sent from the field to graveyard, you can target one Aqua monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Aqua type monsters. So, that would be Graydle Alligator, Graydle Cobra, Graydle Eagle, Graydle Slime, or Graydle Dragon. Or if you're even feeling like it, Silent Honor Arc. I mean, who's to stop you, right? Anyway, Graydle Impact. This is going to be a main card of the deck. You can target one other Graydle card you control and one card your opponent controls. Destroy them. During your end phase, you can add one Graydle card from your deck to your hand. You can only use one Graydle Impact effect per turn and only once that turn. So, unless you're going to destroy a Graydle monster, this is a good card to keep around to add more Graydle cards to your hand. Keep in mind, you can only use one effective Graydle Impact per turn and only once that turn. So that means having two on the field is useless. So, the main combo you want to see here is with Graydle Alligator, because you destroy Graydle Alligator and a card your opponent controls, and then Graydle Alligator can use its effect to take control of a monster your opponent controls. Moray of Greed, shuffle 2 water monsters from your hand into the deck, then draw 3 cards. Simple enough. Salvage, target 2 water monsters with 1500 or less attack in your graveyard, add those targets to your hand. So you can basically just salvage into Moray of Greed. Supply Squad, since their effects activate when they're destroyed by battle, this works really well, because they're destroyed by battle, you get to take control of your opponent's monster, and you get to draw a card. Surface, target 1 level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua type monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense position. Good enough. Aegis of the Ocean Dragon Lord. Until the end phase, face up level 3 or lower water monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Now, normally you wouldn't really care if they're going to be destroyed by battle. However, if you're in a position where you need to use a monster from your extra deck to take them down, this is the card I would use. Graydle Parasite. If you don't have any Graydle cards, this is mainly what you want to do. I don't care about the second effect. The main effect you want to focus on. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can special summon one Graydle monster from your deck in attack position if you control no monsters. And the second effect is optional. I don't really prefer to use that because it gives them more options to use. I mean, you can use it to get a more powerful monster on your side. You can only use each effect of Graydle Parasite once per turn. Graydle Split. Target one face-up monster you control, equip this card to it. It gains 500 attack. So this can work with any monster you have. You can send this card equipped to a monster by this effect to the graveyard, destroy the monster this card was equipped to, and if you do, special summon 2 Graydle monsters with different names from your deck, but destroy them during the end phase. You can only use this effect of Graydle Split once per turn. So, normally you can use this to special summon Graydle Slime and another Graydle monster to bring out a level 8 Synchro monster, or, I mean, that's what you would normally do, or you can do 2 other ones for rank 3. Who knows? However, the best part is if you have this equipped to a Graydle Cobra, because when Graydle Cobra is destroyed by a trap effect, you can take control of one of your opponent's monsters. Another thing, Skill Drain. We all know what this does. You pay 1,000 life points. The effects of all face-up monsters on the field are negated while those monsters are face-up on the field. So basically, the best part of this is most of these monsters' effects activate either in the hand or the grave. So that means you can limit your opponent's options a lot when you do this. You can, as some with Cosmos, the most powerful Cosmo cards, for example, they cannot be targeted by card effects, so normally Graydles would have nothing on them. However, if you have Skill Drain out of the field, their effect activates in the graveyard, so you can equip to, it won't be affected by Skill Drain, so you equip it to their high power Cosmo monster and take control of it. Easy stuff. Solemn Warning, we know what that does. Torrential Reborn, when a face-up water monster you control is destroyed by battle or by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon the monsters destroyed and sent from the field to graveyard at that time. Then inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each of the special summon monsters. You can only activate one Torrential Reborn per turn. So yeah, it works best with Mother Grizzly or any one of the Graydle monsters really. However, if they're destroyed by battle, you usually want to keep them in the grave so you can take control of your opponent's monsters. Torrential Tribute, destroy all monsters on the field. Chain that with Grail Cobra for a monster that cannot be destroyed by card effects, such as Beals. And you can take control of that, those means. Extra deck monsters, Grail Dragon, 1 Aqua type tuner, plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of water monsters used for the synchro summon of this card. Destroy them. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 water monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated. You can only use each effective Grail Dragon once per turn. So, basically, we know how to summon this. Slime plus one of the others. And since you usually do it that way, and there's pretty much no other way to do it in this deck, then you would end up destroying 2 cards. And once again, there's a lot of water monsters in this deck and extra decks, so yeah. Gungnir, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, once per turn you get this card up to 2 cards to the graveyard to target the same number of cards your opponent controls, destroy them. Easy enough, just Arm Sea Hunter and Steam Synchron. High Speed Roy Kendama, just the effects are really good, especially if you have no cards on the field, you can special summon this. And since Steam Synchron, which you're most likely going to be using as the tuner, is a machine type, it gives extra fodder for the burn damage. Scarlight, destroy all special summon monsters, inflict burn damage. Scrap Dragon, this effect can be used to destroy 1 card your opponent controls and 1 card you control. Chain that with Greedle Eagle to take control of an opponent's monster. Easy enough. Or if you have like an extra Graydle impact that you don't need. Sea Dragon Lord Gishelnodon. So with this one, I think your only option here would be a Graydle monster and Force Resonator. And the best part of this is, when a face-up level 3 or lower monster on the field is sent to the graveyard, this card's attack becomes 3000 until the end phase of this turn. So basically, if a Graydle monster goes to the grave through any means, this card's attack becomes 3000. Combine that with the effect of the Graydle monsters to take control of one of your opponent's monsters, and that's a very quick way to end your opponent. Trishula, when you need 1 tuner plus 2 or more non-tuner monsters, so basically 2 Graydle monsters and a Steam Synchron. More effective during your opponent's turn. When this card is synchro summoned, banish up to 1 card each from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. The card in the hand is chosen at random. And Vulcan the Divine. If this card is synchro summoned, target 1 face-up card you control, 1 face-up card your opponent controls. Return those targets to the hand, but for the rest of the turn you cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with the same name as those returned to the hand by this effect. Then we have Bahamut Shark. Once per turn, detach 1 Exceeds material from this card. Special summon 1 rank 3 or lower water Exceeds monster from your extra deck. This card cannot attack for the rest of the turn. Silent Honor Arc. We all know what that does by now. Number 103 Ragnar 0. Once per turn, during another player's turn, you can detach 1 Exceeds material from this card, then target 1 face-up attack position monster your opponent controls, whose current attack is different from its original attack, destroy it, and if you do, draw 1 card. Yeah. So somehow, if they take control of your Graydle monsters, and you have... Oh, that wouldn't work. But yeah, if they have any monsters... that have boosted attack, this will work. Nightmare Shark. When this card is special summoned, you can attach 1 level 3 water monster from your hand or your side of the field to this card as an Exceeds material. And once per turn, you can detach 1 Exceeds material from this card and target 1 water monster on the field this turn. And that monster can attack your opponent directly, so all other monsters can attack. And then you can just read this effect. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe. I will be coming out with more content once the new year starts, so bear with me there. Anyway, until next time, this has been Flashstack. I hope you guys enjoy. Until next time, I will see you guys next year.